Hey guys, welcome back. As you can see, I'm back in the shed, or different shed, and today I was just gonna do a quick one on some lures. Basically, I'm in a new area, different shop, getting asked the same questions, and the question that always comes up is to do with these fellas. Okay, so today we're just going to talk a bit about jerkbaits, guys. Just very simple jerkbaits. I keep on getting asked what a jerkbait is and how do you use them and what's the best rod. So there's just three little things we'll just go through quickly, okay? So to start off with, jerkbaits come in lots of different sizes, shapes, colours, everything else. They are one of the easiest to use. They really are a very easy lure to use. They'll come in different types such as suspending, floating, slow float, and you can even get them sinking, which I don't like sinking at all. That's out of the question. But slow float's good, suspending's perfect, and floating's okay, but with floating you got to be careful. You got to keep them moving really quickly, otherwise I'll float back out of the strike zone. So just keep that in mind. Okay, and the gear to use jerkbaits. Jerkbaits come in sizes. You can get them from rather small to actually quite large and heavy. So the gear, you've got to buy the gear for the lure. Like the ones I've got here, like you've seen me use these things 100 times. Like that's one of my all-time favourites. The jerkbait, they're long, slender, and they've got these little bibs on them, okay? Most of them got these little tiny bibs, and they're just long and slender like this. That's a great little lure. That's a slow float, okay? Another one that I like a lot is this duo, rattles. I can't even say it. Okay, a nice little one, slender, and it's got a little bib. This difference is this one actually suspends, so whatever depth I got it down to, when I stop twitching, it stays that depth. So they're really good. Okay, and like I said, they come in different shapes and sizes. Like this one here, long and slender, a little tiny bib, but it's a little bit fatter. A little bit more buoyant, so this one floats a little bit faster. And you can get them rather large, like if you want to go out to the reefs and chase like GTs and mackerel and things like that, you can get them. And then you're just going to stick them on bigger outfits like 10,000 size reel, 20, 30, 50 pound braid, depending on what you're chasing. Okay, a nice 7-foot rod, 7'6" casting rods. You got to match the rod to the lure. But what we're going to talk about today is just the main ones I use, like these ones. Okay. And the gear, these lures here, even though they look big, they're not a big lure. These things will catch everything from trevally, salmon down south, barra, flathead, queenfish. There's a variety of things, a big variety of things. You get down to the smaller ones, and you can go and use them in fresh water, even like half that. You can get them like half that size, quite small. And they work really well on bass, and some guys even use them for like jungle perch, little fish. Just about everything will eat a jerkbait because they are really simple to use and very effective for a lot of things, freshwater and salt. Okay, so nothing tricky about the old jerkbaits. Let's see what I've got on the other side. This is all jerkbaits. Like I got here, you can see another like jerkbait. You can see this one's a little bit rounder and fatter, so that one's going to be quite buoyant and flat and float to the surface. Nice lure. I don't think I've used that yet. Looks good. The only problem with these things being a fast float, you got to really keep on working on them. You can't really stop. If you stop, they back to the surface, you're out of the strike zone. No good. That's where suspending. So when you work them, the ones that suspend, I can't speak, they will stay in your strike zone. Even a slow float, like the ones once you work them down, they'll be just a very slow float. So you can actually pause them for a while, and they'll stay in the strike zone. Like here's a little popular one most of you guys will know. That's like a Rapala ripstop. These things are deadly. They are absolutely deadly. I haven't seen one. I don't know if they still make them or not. I haven't seen one for a while, but if you can get your hands on ripstops, they're awesome. And once again, duo rattles. I can't say it. Okay, nice little ones as well. These things are really good for barra and stuff up north, so, and queenies. And jacks. Don't take out the poor old jacks. Jacks love jerkbaits. Look at this thing. Long and skinny. This is, I'm pretty sure this is a suspending. This is one of my favourite lures. Tiny little bib. Look how long and skinny that is. I love this thing. This thing is deadly on flathead. Absolute cracker. Anyway, so nice, just a nice easy lure. So if you're not sure what to look for in the shop, like I said, just look for something with a small bib, long skinny profile, small bib. They're usually jerk baits. And for these size jerk baits here, the gear is simple. Like these are high-end gear, but here's a little 25 Vanford on a Zodius rod. I think that's like a 8 to 10 pound, 8 to 12 pound or something. Zodius rod. And that's a beautiful little rod for the smaller, lighter ones. And when I'm using the slightly bigger ones in there, most of you guys have seen this outfit 100 times. That's the NRX, and that's the new reel upon it. That's 3000 sustain. And I've got 16 pound braid on it. The only reason I upgraded that is because of where I am. You know, I'm up north now, so and most of the fish I'm going to be chasing with these are going to be usually barra and queenies and jacks. So just a little bit more stopping power. Instead of 8 pound, we're going to 16, which the rod's rated to anyway. Okay. And when run, see, you don't need big outfits for this gear. If you want to get into jerk baiting and not spending top of the line or a heap of money like this stuff, to go and run these sort of lures and chase a few trevally and jacks and little barra and bits and pieces around, you don't need a high-end gear. You can go buy yourself like a $150 combo. Shimano Sienna does one, a little 2500. Put some 10 pound braid on it. It's on a graphite rod. Go cast these little jerk baits. You'll have a lot of fun. If you want to go to the bigger, heavier ones, up like this, and the bigger ones on the other side, and head out to the reefs or walk river banks and stuff, chasing bigger queenies, big barra, monster jacks, or take them, like I said, take them out in the reef and try for a few trouts and trevally and mackerel and Christ knows what's out over the shallow bombies and the reefs. Go up to about a 4000, put 20 pound braid on it. You can still pick them up, nice little combos for around the 150 mark. You don't have to spend a fortune, okay? And then one thing I will say is don't buy a rod with a glass tip. Glass tips are just a little bit too soft. You're not really going to get the action out of these. Some guys, when they're using these jerk baits, they do like a softer tip. I like a stiff tip. As you've seen in my videos, I like the NRX because that's a really stiff rod. It's a real stiff tip. So whatever I do with the rod, the lure does. I want my lure to really dance and carry on. So that's why I like a stiff rod. But the downside of that is too, being so stiff, if I haven't got the drag set properly, you can actually pull hooks quite easily on fish. With a slightly lighter tip, there's a little bit more give there, so you won't pull as many hooks. So that's one thing to think about. Don't go too light and whippy, don't go glass rod, it's not going to work. But go a lighter graphite rod, like that's Zodius, it's like lighter Zodius, it's got a lighter tip, this is a nice plastic rod. That'll be fine for these smaller ones. And with a lighter tip, you won't pull as many hooks. So if you want to go stiff rods like I do, just be wary about pulling hooks and, just too stiff. A slightly lighter tip will work fine, but you still want to be, a little bit of stiffness there. You want the lures to actually dance around. Yeah. Yakking on, probably boring the crap out of you. Sorry guys. Anyway, yes. Back to jerk baits. Easy lures to use, easy lures to buy. They come in different brands, shapes, sizes, colours, everything. You don't need to spend a fortune on them. Some of these are rather expensive, some of these are rather cheap. Just be wary of the cheap ones if you want to chase big fish, because the hooks can pull out or the rings will straighten. So just be wary of that. If you want to go chasing some big powerful fish like powerful jacks and barra and stuff, I suggest if you're going to buy the cheaper ones, at least upgrade the hooks and upgrade the split rings. Okay. If you go and buy the expensive ones, the hooks should be fine. The rings are going to be fine, so you should be okay in that area. And the other thing I was going to say, guys, this is one thing a lot of guys don't know, is with these type of jerk baits, there's one more way to fish these things, eh? And a lot of people don't realise it. It's really good down south. Never used it up here. I haven't been out in a boat up here. I'm still new. But you can slow trawl these behind a downrigger. With their small bib, they won't pull out of your clips on your downriggers. So these are the type of lures you can trawl down close to the reef, okay, behind a downrigger. They'll swim quite nicely. Little bibs, so not too much pressure, so they won't pull out of the clips, and they're a great lure to go chase a few snapper. Down south, a lot of guys do that for snapper. The guys that know about it use these for snapper. Up here, like on the Great Barrier Reef and stuff, I haven't done it yet, but I will do it once you get a boat. Christ only knows what you're going to hook. Trolling these things around the bombies and in the shallows, or even the deeper water with a downrigger and these things. That's going to be very entertaining and some good footage for you guys to watch. And before I go, guys, I will say, if you're enjoying what I do on the channel, please hit the subscribe button, as it does help me out. And one last thing is technique. Once again, my older video, especially flathead, you've seen me do it 1,000 times. I like to really hold the rod tip down and rip, like rod tips a bit hard down, and just rip. You see 1, 2, 3. Then I wind up, you know, then 1, 2, 3. You pause for a minute, or not a minute, but you know, 10 seconds or so. Wind up the slack, rip. Okay. It's just very quick and easy. I like to get these things really zigzagging and darting around like a wounded bait fish. So I use a stiff rod and I really rip them hard. I've got the rod tip down, I'm rip 3 times. That's it. Then stop, wind up a bit of slack, and you can pause for a couple of seconds, or pause and wind up the slack. Then rip 3 times. Other guys I have seen do cast these out and just a slow wind. Just when you start winding slow, just keep going faster and faster. It's sort of like a spinnerbait. And you'll start feeling these things vibrating through the rods. That means they're kicking like this. When you get to that pace, you can just slow roll and just keep winding steady. That does work. It doesn't get a lot of hits, but you do get the occasional hit and do catch occasional fish. These work better, like really ripping them, like jerkbaits, getting them really darting and looking like a wounded bait fish. That's a whole idea. And the other way I've seen guys do this, and apparently it works well, but I haven't done it, is cast it out, wind it up so you can feel the weight, and then with the rod, just move. Just one steady swipe back. And what that's going to do with your lure is make it swim down really quickly, and then you wind up your slack forward and then just rip it back, and then it'll come up a little bit, float up a little bit, or suspend where it is, then dive down again. And you just wind up your slack and then move it back. I've never seen that. I mean, I have seen that, I've never done that. It's probably going to be worth a try with some of these jerkbaits. I just keep on going, good old fashioned rail. I do like rip 3 times, pause, wind up your slack, rip. I find that works well. Gets these lures down to about 1 metre. They look like a wounded bait fish carrying on. The shiny ones in the sun, flicker and sparkle, they look fantastic. And if you do that, you will get a hit at some stage. And the other thing before I go, these things, ripping them all day, you do get sore arms and shoulders and arms. So be prepared, guys. You actually got to work for your fish. Doing this way, you actually got to do a bit of work. But it is rewarding, it's easy, it does seem to work well, and you will catch a variety of species. Like I said, just match the size. You can get these things from half that size, quite small, up to rather large, okay, and just match them to your outfits. Most of these ones here are like 4 to 6 inch. I'm going to say most of these are probably 4 to 5 inch, the bigger one's 6. And I'm using 25 and 3,000 size reels with from 8 to 16 pound line, and that will cover these and chase a variety of species. Okay, I hope that helps with the jerk baits. Sorry guys, I'm waddling off too much. I will suggest to give it a go if you're new to fishing. Buy your scatter or shop, buy yourself a jerk bait, put it on a 25 to 3,000 size reel, walk down your local river, have a cast. It's fun, it's easy, and it does work very well. Anyway guys, that's enough of that. Tomorrow I'm actually heading out to a spot I've been told about just south of Port Douglas. It's like a little landlocked river. Apparently there's some jacks and barra and bits and pieces in there. It does connect to the ocean on really big tides. So I'm going to head there tomorrow, go for a wander. Hopefully I don't get eaten by a giant gecko, and hopefully get some footage for you guys and have some fun. I will see you tomorrow. See you guys.